hope I'm not too late. I had to run and get some more paper towels in case I needed them. So, let's get started. It says I'm live, so let's take a look. I already lost it. There we go. Okay. Turn it down. Get situated. Okay. So yesterday, I made some pumpkins. And I want to show those to you, and I'm going to make some more pumpkins today. So I thought I'd share at least making one set this morning with you all. And okay, so look at my train of thought. So I was inspired for my pumpkins from a wedding that I saw photographs of, and it was a very boho themed wedding and just gorgeous. From the flowers, to the rugs, to the lanterns. It was just beautiful. So, that was my inspiration. I do have a picture of just the flowers I can share with you. This is just one arrangement. You see all the beautiful colors. Just very muted, subtle colors. That pop of hot pink, which I love. But also in the rugs, was navy in the rugs, and of course a lot of natural tones of black and wood tones, the browns. So it's really, really pretty. So if you're joining me for the first time, I'm Robin Schmidt. I'm with my company's Odessa Rose Creates. Odessa Rose is named after my grandmothers. It's their middle names. Carrie Odessa and Mary Rosella. So that's where Odessa Rose comes from, in case you were wondering. So I'm a Couture independent designer for about 2.5 years. And I love, love, love to craft and create with Couture. I had my own store for 17, 18 years. So, but we up and moved 4 hours away to Omaha to be near our daughters and grandkids. And so I sold my store, but I love home decor, I love decorating, and crafting is something I never really had time for when I had my business. But when we moved over here, I seeked out something to do. I bought a Cricut cutter, and then that's how I stumbled onto Couture, and it's the best fall I've ever made. Fell right in love with it. So if you'd like to become a Couture designer and craft and create for yourself or for others, or the best part is making a business out of it, so you can enjoy that wholesale discount, sell the product, sell your finished goods, your finished designs, whatever you'd like to do with it is great. You can be a customer, you can be a Club Couture member and enjoy the benefits of being a club member, customer, or you can be a designer yourself and get the startup kit. All that information is on my website, chalkcouture.com/Odessa Rose, my grandma's middle names. Alright, let's get started. I'll show you my pumpkins I did yesterday and what I did on my live. And so, say hello if you're watching. I would love to chat with you as we create. If you have any questions, let me know. I'm already thirsty. So I'm going to grab a drink of water. Okay, so yesterday, I worked on a couple little coffee signs on my live, and you can watch that replay if you'd like to see how I created these. So those are really cute, right? Part of my business of my store was actually a coffee shop, a coffee house, where we served lunch and we made fudge, smoothies, all that stuff. But I was never a coffee drinker, so I don't really get into the whole coffee science, but I know a lot of people do. So that's why I made those. Okay, so the pumpkins I did yesterday. This was the first set. I showed you a sneak peek of them on my post this morning. This was the first set. Remember, I was inspired by this wedding, and I'm kind of hints of boho in these pumpkins. So this was the first that I did. See those? And I always kind of stain the back too. Then a lot of those flower arrangements had the plumes in them, and so I added the plumes to this larger pumpkin and add the little mustard colored pumpkin to go with it. I always create my pumpkins in sets and sell them as sets. And if you're interested in them, just let me know. Grateful. And this was inspired by that floral arrangement. And I'm going to show you this technique I kind of do. I kind of stain over what I've chalked with watered down chalk paste. And it kind of dried as it goes. That gives it that dirty vintage look. See that? So I also use distressed ink on the edges, and it's a lot of different way. I haven't even waxed these yet. So usually if I use the stain wax, it kind of gives it even more of a vintage vibe. But I haven't waxed these yet. So those are the 3 pumpkin sets I did yesterday. In the photograph, this one looks kind of blue, but actually it's just kind of white and green. But in the photograph, it kind of took on a blue hue. So it's not blue. It kind of bugged me a little bit, but I guess I'll get over it. Let me set these pumpkins back so I don't get anything on them since they're not waxed. This set of pumpkins, the idea is, in the photographs, they had this brass floor lamp that kind of was just curvy. So I kind of want to do curves on the side. And I kind of want to work with navy and gold and a touch of coral maybe. Let's see what that looks like. So to get that curviness, I cut out a piece of Cricut vinyl. Just drew on the back of it an S, kind of a curve shape, cut a strip of it so that when I go to paint, I can get the curves. So we'll see how that works out. I've never done that before either, so we're going to try it. Hi Sally, good morning. Good morning Vanessa from Kentucky. Thank you for enjoying my beautiful creations. Oh, I'm glad you got to catch me live today. Awesome. So there's a lot of people watching. Good morning Sally, good morning Debbie, Mary, Tony, Joan, Brittany, Denise. Hi, hi, hi. Elena, good morning from gloomy Long Island. Oh, we have a beautiful day here today. I think we're just going to be in the low 80s, so it's kind of really nice. You're just what I needed to brighten my day. Oh, thanks. I hope I am successful. A lot of these, usually I don't do my pumpkins live because it takes a lot of me thinking and running around and finding transfers, and so I hope I have everything I want near me, because I don't have a definite plan in my mind other than maybe using this. So we'll see how it goes. So as you know, Couture sells these cutout pumpkins. If you don't know, go check out the site, chalkcouture.com/OdessaRose. Click on shop, click on surfaces, and you'll find the pumpkin cutouts. They're made of wood, and they kind of have a whitewash paint already on them. I rarely leave them white. I kind of did on the plume one. Kind of left it white, but then it got kind of stained and everything from the ink and whatnot. So never rarely leave them white. Cream maybe. These boards you want to keep, these are excellent for cutting out little mini tags or any shape. But I say these, and you could just, if you want to make like just a little tag, kind of use a straight edge and just use a X-Acto knife or a box knife and just cut that down, and then you can making the length you want, and then just snip the corners. And if you have a crocodile, crocodile puncher, then you can punch the hole in it. So you can paint them. So I use these a lot for just making little mini tags. So save those. And they're fairly easy to cut with scissors too. Like even if you wanted to cut out a shape, you could probably do that. I've been wanting to see if I could use my Cricut on them, but I don't have the rotor blade. So I think that's probably what it would need. So I'm going to grab some cardboard to keep my pumpkins on. Oh, here it is. This is one of those boards. That way it kind of keeps from getting paint on my desk. Alright, so I'm thinking I want to do this navy, and then I'm going to put this on and try to do this in gold. So we'll see what happens with that. So let's just give it a try. I just take a flat brush, I get some water. Sometimes I use our chalk paste, and sometimes I just use paint. So I'm just going to use craft paint today. I think the color may be a little bit more deeper, like it'll change the color faster on these. But I wet my brush a little bit, put some paint on, and just brush it on. And I'm probably going to add a little bit of black to this, because I want it to be really deep in color. I'm going to go ahead and paint the whole pumpkin, because I don't want to try to guess where those lines are going to be, or anything like that. And when your brush is wet, you can just get that paint on there really easy. Kind of makes a stain versus a solid paint, which I kind of like. I like seeing the wood grain come through. And when it's wet, it usually flattens out, like you don't see your brush strokes. So who else? Hi Denise from Canada. I would try to say Sasquatchian, but I know I botched it up. Oh my gosh. Okay, got a little bit of black in there, so we're going to darken that navy up. Almost looks pretty black, so I'm just going to brush it on. I'm going to pick up my pumpkin and do the sides. Kind of going for that bohemian rug. Kind of had navy, black, a bit of coral. Might put some coral in this. I haven't decided whether to just stick with the gold or go with some coral too. Dirty coral, not like a bright coral. Okay, now I'm also going to, almost like you take some of this off with your brush, and then I'm going to put it on the back just to lighten this up. And then I'm probably going to put some more blue on it because it's pretty blackish right now. More black than I want. And kind of nice about working on this little piece of cardboard is that you can just spin the cardboard around and not have to move the pumpkin so much. So you're not touching the pumpkin a lot. So I'm just getting the back side. Try to stroke all the way up from the bottom to the top so you don't have a lot of start marks from your paintbrush. And always try to get underneath the lip of this little stem here. So I'm just making sure I am smooth. I'm going to dry this a little bit, and then I'm going to come back and add some more blue to it. I like to dry it just straight down. Kind of can get both sides that way. If you have a blow dryer that's pretty forceful, it'll knock your pumpkin over. So just be careful of that. I definitely want to get the back side dry because I might need to lay it down again. So I want to get this side dry really well. I probably will not paint this side again. I'll just leave it like this. It's kind of gray. Some paint here on the bottom, so I want to dry up the paint on the cardboard before I lay it down. Wipe that up. Okay, let's go back to some blue. So what's everyone doing today? Diane, Jennifer, Gina, Dina, Kathleen, say hi. If I remember, I'll paint the bottom. Just a little bit of, get it a little wet here. I'm not too concerned about the left side of the pumpkin because that's where that, I'm going to try to put another color there. But okay, now he's looking pretty deep blue. Kind of going darker to lighter, but I'm going to be painting this side hopefully a gold. So I'm just going to leave it like that. It's kind of light right in here. I'm going to dry it. Sometimes when it's wet and you keep brushing, you end up picking up the paint and you're getting back down to the white surface. So I'm going to dry it and put a little bit more paint right in there. Long Island. I've never been to Long Island or New York. Probably never will. My husband, he's been to New York City once. He didn't like it. So he has no desire to go there. I think it'd be fun to go. Yep, you have to dry a lot between stages of painting. I just put the paint right on my brush So I'm not wasting it on a tray, or I don't have to clean up a tray when I'm done. I'm just going to wet my brush a little bit, spread that paint out. Okay. There, now it's pretty much the desired color I want. So I'm going to dry again. I wonder how many of us have this exactly. Yeah, this is like probably 25 years old at least. Back when I was trying to do embossing and doing stamping and stuff, which I didn't do much of it. I had 3 kids and then I started my business, so I didn't have much time for it. A lot of that, my crafting supply, like stamps and stuff, I sold before we moved. But I kept this, and I'm glad I did. I don't know how long it'll last, because like I said, it's pretty old. But I believe they still make them. So we should be good. You have one just like it too, Debbie? Is yours old or new? Because I bet mine's at least 25. Probably older. Yeah, maybe around there. Okay, so I'm taking my piece of vinyl that I just drew on the back, just some curves, and just cut a thin strip of it. That's going to kind of be my, hopefully that'll work, because I tried to use painter's tape to see if I could get it to curve, and that was just a fight. And then I thought, oh, why don't I just use this? So I grabbed a piece of vinyl. Hopefully it will work and I won't remove my paint. You have the same one and it's old. They are good quality. They work that well. Okay, so probably somewhere, just trying to see where I want my S's. Maybe like that. Press it down. I've never used this idea, so we'll see if it works. I do have some, it's a champagne pearl metallic paint. I also have our new Shimmer Harvest. I'm going to try to make this shimmery. If I just had gold, what I might do is paint it kind of a curry color and then put the shimmer on top, because I think, especially this, it's kind of translucent, like you can kind of see through it a little bit. So if I put some of this down first, this is a lot like the curry color called mustard, and then dry it, and then just kind of be an undertone, and then put the shimmer paste and paint on top. I might even get a clean paintbrush. Now, keep in mind, guys, I haven't done this before, so we're just kind of seeing. Most of my designs are just in my head, and then I just try to bring them, and usually they kind of change as I go, but think if we dry it and put another coat on and then do the shimmer on it, we'll see what it looks like. I always say it's just paint, so if you don't like it, just paint it all another color. And in the meantime, you got to be thinking about what you're going to do with the little guy to go with it, right? So, like I said, I use Selma sets to coordinate. That's the fun part, I think, is coordinating the two pieces. It's like designing a room or the thing about craft paint, especially the cheap craft paint, is that you got to do a lot of layers, a lot of coats. Compared to a good quality paint. Hi Michelle, Teresa, Carrie. We've been all been talking about our embossing guns. We all have the same one, and they're usually old. Getting this coated in a nice mustard color so we can add on some shimmer harvest chalk paste that has shimmer to it. Trying to make it look kind of brassy. We might need to bring in a touch of brown, just kind of tone down that yellow. But it does have the blue underneath it, so that helps. Alright, I'm going to try one more coat. And a lot came out that time. This is just a piece of vinyl I'm using that I cut out in S forms to make my edge for the paint color. So once we're done painting, I'll pick this tape up and dry. So if you're just coming on, that may look kind of weird. Like, what are you doing? Might bring in just a hint of brown to see if I can tone down make it look more like older brass color. Just trying to decide which brown to use. And I probably should have done that when the paint was more wet. But if I use a wet brush, that might help. Now wet my brush again just to kind of pick up some of the brown. And then we're just blending it in with that yellow. And just try to get my brush strokes out. Now the blue's starting to come through. Okay. Dry that. See the coloring. Didn't know how my heat gun was going to affect the vinyl. I think we're alright. We can get this to dry. Take my brush again and taking our shimmer harvest, just getting close to that color there. See, that's why we put that undercoat on, so that this will, I don't think it would have shown up very well on top of the blue. So that looks pretty. I'm just brushing it on like paint. Super cool. You can kind of see the layers of paint a little bit. It looks really cool on the edges. It gives it more, even if I don't get it all the way to the edge, I think it is looking pretty cool. So now I'm just going to try to eliminate my brush strokes. That turned out better than I thought it would. So I'm going to remove this. And look how cool that is. You love it? That is looking really, really cool. Almost has a modern vibe to it. See it close? Isn't that awesome? It looks so rich. Super cool. I'm going to dry it. So cool. I kind of wished I would have, I might have to go back and paint this. Oh, maybe I'll leave it. I don't know. It's kind of, oh, I'm just so in love with it. I got to decide what I was going to do. I was going to put some of the boho trivets, some of these in here. But man, it just looks really sharp. He looks gorgeous. I don't know if you can tell on camera as much as I can tell, but it is cool. Cutting out shapes out of the vinyl. Kind of a cool idea. Right now, I see a Notre Dame pumpkin. Yeah. Go Irish. I am for sure it will turn into, yeah. We're going to boho it up a little bit. Some of these over here we'll layer up, just kind of make a collage of them. I think would be cool. Just kind of wrap some around there like that. I kind of did that on one of my little cutting boards. I did a little bit of the I made him look more like, I want him to represent gears, kind of like industrial, because I was doing, what did I have on it? I had like a brick scrapbook paper, I think. I don't have those with me in here, but yeah, it was cool. But this I want kind of more the brassy boho look. So, let's just decide here. I think we'll layer them in, kind of thing. We'll go with this one. We're going to do it kind of off the pumpkin, not complete circles on the pumpkin. And we're going to do this again in the shimmer. And hopefully it'll show up really bright like otherwise I could do it with the curry and then do the shimmer on top. So let's just see what it looks like with the shimmer. And then we can always do that with the other gears. And they're not gears. Trivets. Boho trivets. I always want to call them gears. You know, kind of go over it a few times with the shimmer, that glitter in it. It takes some pushing down into that silk screen to get it to show up really nice. Ooh, that looks cool. So we're getting there. I'm going to dry. I'm going to put on another one, a couple more, 2 or 3 more. Let's see what else we got. This one reminds me of a donut. Maybe put the bigger one. So even if that one goes onto the gold, I think we'll be alright. I think I'll put half of it on. Something like this. I like to design with the room in mind. Whether the room is in my head or I've seen pictures of different rooms, generally on Pinterest, or I follow a lot of home decor designers, so I like to look at rooms. I think they're kind of cool when they're overlapped and off the surface a little bit. Okay. That's really what it's looking like so far. Might pop one more, like a little one right there, and then it may be done. I don't want to overdo it. It does look classy. I think I'll just put a little one right there. Decided which one. That one. I'll put that one there. I may put that one right there. Then I'll be done. I promise. I could just go on forever. So you gotta go over it a few times. These are delicate screens, little, really fine detail. So to get that glitter down in there, you gotta kind of push it around a few times. All right, I think I'm done with that one. That's pretty. I'm calling it a he. He's masculine and gorgeous. Yep. He's a boho vibe pumpkin. All my pumpkins, I did 3 pumpkins yesterday. If you haven't seen a photo of those, it's on my page. And I'll show you again if you haven't seen them. The crazy thing is, usually I try to do at least 3 colors, and I've only done 2. But I just love the gold and the navy. I'm glad I didn't do a 3rd. Might need to paint that side. It's kind of dull back there. That's pretty cool. Alright, I'm going to set him there. Now we got to figure out what to do with this one. I may probably paint it all curry. And then I may lay it this way and do navy down here. Try to go the opposite direction. So I'm saving my little S curve vinyl sheet there. And, I'm going to show you my pumpkins again in case you just joined. These are the pumpkins I did yesterday. What color did I use? These are all Harvest Shimmer color. This is the paste I'm using. Okay, here's my floral one. And I really stained and dirtied up the florals to give them kind of a old vintage feel. Boho vibe there. I need to put these someplace safe. This is the one I did with the plumes. That plume comes off of our new winter wreath. That's in our newest catalog. And this piece came off the harvest, or the fall wreath. I don't know what they're calling them, but those 2 pieces came from that. Okay? There's that. And then this was the first one I did yesterday. It's a little more basic with the boho flowers. And the arrow. Okay. So, we're going to add this to my collection of boho vibe. And let's paint this one mustard. And then I'm going to put the navy, I'll put navy curve on it, going horizontal instead of vertical. And then I'm going to put a word up here, like grateful or something like that, and I'll do that in navy. So yeah, hopefully I can still do this technique on here. Put some of that shimmer on it. We'll see what it looks like. So I just take a wet brush and apply a little craft paint to it. This was, a lot came out on my brush, so I'm going to be smearing it all over the whole pumpkin. Because I usually don't work with that much paint at first. Do the back side. I'm going to dry that real quick. Hygiene. Did you use it? I did not make a video yesterday doing the pumpkins. The flowers on that pumpkin came from that big 18 by 24 garden transfer. When I'm really thinking, like this is like when I really have to really design and really think, I don't necessarily like to do those on live because I feel like I'm under pressure, I guess. And so I do those off camera. Make sure we get the back really dry so I can lay it down. Now I'm going to add a little bit of that brown again. Is it this brown? Just to tone it down a little bit. Just a drop. Just adding in that second color just gives it a little bit more depth. Okay. Your work always inspires me. Oh, great. Thanks, Linda. Okay, let's put our little vinyl strip that I cut out on the bottom here. This tag, that might be kind of cool. Just like that. See if we can get some more magic out of this little strip. I'm going to paint this part navy. There's a lot of yellow in the brush. Get that out. So we're just doing the opposite, where here I painted on the yellow and the pumpkin's blue. Here my pumpkin's yellow and I'm painting on the blue. If I said that right. dry and put on another coat. It's coating really nice. Maybe one more coat for good measure. Alright, got that dry. You still see a little shine to it. Get it dried up. Last one. Okay. I think I'm done with that. For some reason I got a little blue right there. Yep. Alright. We're getting our second pumpkin to go with this big one. I still probably will distress them a little bit and put a little distress ink on them to give them a little bit more age and character to them. Sure what got on there, but I'm gonna see if I can. It's on there pretty good. Oh well. Okay, so I'm going to take I got it. Here it is. I think I'm going to use this Grateful. I bought the new little minis. Well, I won free product from a design contest, and I still haven't received it yet, but they have some new little minis for the fall and for Christmas, and I haven't gotten them yet, so They'll be perfect to put on pumpkins. So I'm going to put Grateful on here. And then I'll probably put a little gear right here. Make sure he's pretty level and pretty straight. There it is. And I mix my own navy. I just put a little black with one of our other blues. It doesn't really matter which one. And they used to make a navy, but I still make it. You can just mix colors. Okay, let's pick this up. All right, and let's put this on. I wonder if I need to wash that. I got some water down here. Sometimes if that glitter dries in the silk screen, you won't have a very good print. I'm just going to kind of see if I can get it to come off. So I have a good print. Take our little board eraser. Clean out that silk screen. Wet it or dry it on our microfiber side of our towel here. Get it dry. And I'm going to put shimmer. Right. Right there. There. Cute. Now I'm going to distress them. And I'll give them a little bit more different look. And let's see. I'm not supposed to put our new transfers to soak in water, so I'm just going to let them set there, and then I'll take them to the sink and wash them where they're not soaking in the water. Put this away. Always scrape down your paste into your jar. If it's getting a little thick, spritz some water in it. Okay. Now I'm going to take some sandpaper. I'm going to sand the edges, and then I'm going to use some distressed ink on them to kind of age them a little bit. And you don't even have to really sand to do that. You can just go ahead and use a distressed ink. But I don't like those sharp edges. I like them a little bit more rounded, a little bit softer. Added bows to my other sets yet. I just feel not everything needs to have a bow. Like, I don't know. Most of the home decor you buy don't have bows on, so but this one I have a really cool gold kind of geometric open piece of ribbon on there. It might look kind of cool. Okay, I'm going to sand this one real quick. And then we'll distress them with some distressed ink. I feel like my finger's locked. Okay. Now I need to get all the dust off. I'm just taking a towel. Kind of reminds me of Rotary Club. Have you ever heard of Rotary Club? Their emblems in navy and gold. Just someone mentioned about them being like Notre Dame colors. Okay. Clean out the desk. Get rid of all the dust, at least most of it. Okay, let's pull our distressed ink. I even have blue. I'm going to go to the brown too. See what the blue looks like. So where you sanded, the edges have white because it gets down to the white paint. So always make sure I darken that back up. And I'm going to run it down the side of the pumpkins. Just kind of bringing out the shape of the pumpkin a little bit by going around the edge. Okay. Still might bring a little bit of brown ink in it too, just so it's not all so blue and gold. So let's see here. This would be really cool in a modern house, modern decor, or even a boho. Decorate in boho style. Okay, let's do a little bit of brown. See if that gives it a little bit more depth. Oops. I'm gonna mix my colors. Okay. Riches it up a little bit. A little brown on this one. Something like that. Well, I was, originally going to put coral in it, but kind of just liking the two colors. Something different, that's for sure. I liked how easy it was worked with a piece of vinyl to use as my border. So that was kind of fun. I'd never done that before. So, something like this. Like this maybe. We have that. We have this one. We have this set. And the florals. So those are my sets of pumpkins so far. I'll probably do a couple more this afternoon or today, but I don't know what time it is. And yeah, we'll do more. Any more questions? Super cute. Love the boho vibes. Thank you. Something different, right? So I will. I'll be posting photographs of these as we go along. But if you missed it all, this is what we did today, from start to finish. And if you're just joining, we start out with a set of white pumpkins. I guess they're out in the other room. They start out white, and then we create them into something totally different. So if you don't have any pumpkins, get online and order them. If you need to order from me, Couture.com/AdessaRose. And, here with today, I just used the boho transfer, boho trivets. And then you can grab one of those little 5x7s. They have different words on them. And just throw one of those words on. So just takes the paint and some chalk paste, and they're so cool. Thanks, guys, for watching. I'm glad you got to catch me, Susan. Anything else? Thank you, Vanessa. So, hey, I'll chalk with you later. I hope to be on again tomorrow morning. So be sure to subscribe subscribe on YouTube, but hit my like and follow button. You can even hit the notifications if you want. Share and like my page. I would appreciate that too. So have a great day, and I'll talk with you later. Bye-bye.